late. It's late right now. I don't know who else is going to pop on. Maybe nobody. But I was at the farm today. I did a video and hold on, the dog needs out. I took down most of the tomato plants and the stakes, and I went ahead and picked quite a few of the peppers. Our pepper plants are still producing, but I gotta process them. So I've got this full bag here, and I have a box of peppers in the fridge. I'm gonna go ahead and process the box of peppers first that's in the fridge. We need to clean them. So I'm going to process these. These are bell peppers. Let me see if I can. Look how beautiful. And usually how I do it is I cut them in half. Cut the core out, cut them in half, and then I'm doing this without a stand. Oh, the whole phone's moving. My stand's in the truck, and the truck is gone right now. This is going to be a headache trying to... I'm going to wash these up. I'm going to cut them in half and core them. I'm going to flash freeze them, and then I'll just put them in a gallon bag. I'll just put them in a gallon bag tomorrow after they've froze overnight. But I need to grab those other peppers first and clean them up. And if you're wondering why it's still a piled up mess from weeks ago when I told you all that we were having a yard sale, unfortunately, my mother, well, it's her stuff back there. She had dropped it off for a yard sale, and unfortunately, my mother got in a severe car accident where we thought she was going to have emergency surgery. Thank God she did not have to have emergency surgery, but she cannot get around at the moment. And I don't care to hold on to the stuff for her for a while. So, a lot of these are smaller peppers, and that's probably why I didn't process them when I did the rest of them. But we're going to do these first instead of the fresh ones. That way we can get these out of the way. Like I said, we're going to wash these up. We'll cut them in half, and then I'll flash freeze them. These are jalapeno peppers. I might dehydrate these, and I might dehydrate these, and I'm thinking about dehydrating my bell peppers as well, at least some of them. Has anybody on here, the people that are on here right now, have you all ever dehydrated bell peppers? I'm curious to see how that would go. So, anyways, let's clean these up. Since I ain't got this stand, it's gonna be wobbly, so I'm just gonna try to leave you all here. Maybe we can just talk. Look how beautiful. It's so pretty. Such a pretty pepper. We're just gonna clean these really well. We don't use any pesticides or anything like that on our plants, but, well, a spider just crawled out of that, so if that tells you anything. Hey, how are you? You've never dehydrated any? Look at the spider. Hold on, let's try and grab the spider. Look. Looks like a little jumper, maybe. Little spider just come out of my bell pepper. Yeah, it's definitely a jumper. It just jumped. Well, I'm going to let the dog in and take the spider out. Come on, bud. Hopefully he will not bark the entire time I'm on the live. Hot peppers once, and it was a mistake to do inside. Yeah, somebody told me when I first got my dehydrator, they said whatever you do not dehydrate peppers inside. So what happened? Because now I'm curious. These are kind of mushy. I'm not going to mess with the mushy ones. There's a jumping spider for sure, yeah. I don't mind having jumping spiders in the house. I know a lot of people will kill any spider on site. When you have a farm and you're constantly bringing produce in, there's always gnats and flies and different flying insects that come with that. And once you're far away to die down on that is to let spiders in. So I don't care if there's spiders in my house. I know people usually freak out. Obviously, we don't want to be overrun with spiders, but it's not going to hurt to have a jumping spider here or there. Imagine pepper spray yourself. I have. It's like that. Oh no. I mean, it kind of makes sense. Kind of makes sense. So I'll clean those. I'm going to go ahead, like I said, and cut them in half. I need to get a bowl for my peppers and a bowl to put the insides in. I've been in the garden and I haven't had a shower since I've been in. I need to get a shower, but I wanted to get some of these peppers done. And so my legs are itching from being in the garden. Okay. Look how pretty that pepper is. Oh no. That sounds serious. That sounds serious. I wonder if it would do the same for bales. You think? Do you think I can process the bales inside? They said don't do peppers, so I don't know if they meant like hot peppers or just peppers in general. That was such a pretty pepper. I'm almost sad that I cut it. Have you ever seen that thing on Facebook where they like have peppers and then they put like googly eyes on them, and then so the seed looks like the teeth and this looks like the mouth? I can't unsee it. Every time I open a pepper, that's what I think. Yeah, I wouldn't think that bell peppers would be an issue, but you know, I ain't never done it. I asked my mother-in-law, I was like, what do you think about dehydrating bell peppers? And I thought maybe, I was thinking like use them for a powder, but then I got to thinking, why would I use them for a powder when I can just dehydrate the bell? I can cut it in small pieces, dehydrate it, and then when I'm cooking, I can, just use it in recipes and not have to, cut the bell pepper up when I use it for a recipe, because I use pepper and onion in pretty much everything I cook. Like, it's my two main ingredients in most things. So, since I use it in everything, I thought, well, what if I just dehydrate it and then I can rehydrate it? You could not do that. LOL. Could you not do that? Could I not do what? LOL, that's funny way to look at a pepper. LOL, JK. I don't know what you're talking about. Now I'm gonna think that that's what. Yeah, it was like. You'll have to. I wish I could find it. I don't know what he's talking about. But it was like, there would be a pepper, and like I just showed you, it would be the white part, and then they put little googly eyes there, and then the whole, and then it was like, the actual seed was like the teeth. I don't know who he was talking to. Or her, MT, whatever. I don't know who they were talking to. So like this. Like there's your pepper. They would have eyes right here. This one's not a very good example. And then the seed would be the teeth. Oh, okay. I can take a joke. I just didn't know if I was like actually doing something that was bad or not. I can take a joke. I don't get offended very easy, so I was just wondering if something was happening that I was not aware of. Because sometimes that happens. But yeah, it's okay. I've got a sense of humor. I didn't want it to sound like I also let things roll off my back pretty easy, so even if you were offended, I probably would. I probably wouldn't have been too bothered about it, although I was just making sure there wasn't anything happening that I wasn't aware of. Okay. I've got a lot of peppers to process, so I just figured I'd bring you all with me because I've got a lot of peppers to process. Look at these peppers. You probably missed it if you just showed up. This is all peppers. This whole bag. Look how pretty. And then I've got about a half a bag of jalapenos. Can you see it? It's a big old bag. I've got about a half a bag of jalapenos. And my pepper plants are still producing. What am I making? I am cutting bell peppers up to flash freeze and to put up holy peppers. Yeah, it's a lot. I was working in the garden today and I don't know why I didn't do this the whole time. This is the easiest way. Why am I cutting them in half? I don't know why I did that. I usually never cut them in half until after I clean the inside out. By the way, if you have chickens, they love the inside of peppers. But usually I just cut the top off like that. And then I cut the inside out with a spoon. Can you tell I've done this quite a few times? But I'm cutting peppers in half to flash freeze to put in freezer bags to freeze for cooking later on. But I do plan also to dehydrate some, and I might do that tonight. I might get things ready for the dehydrator. So it's late, and I gotta work tomorrow. I gotta get up early. But per usual, I'm gonna be running on nothing tomorrow. Because I got to get this done too. Might be late for work. It'll be okay. Yeah, I don't know why. This is usually how I do it, but I got distracted where I was doing a live. Yeah, look how easy that pops out. And I just cut it in half. So you just cut the top. Take a spoon. And it cleans it out. It's really good. Let me see. That one didn't clean out as good because I was sitting there telling you how well it cleaned out. See? Ain't nothing in it. I know, the moon was gorgeous last night. It was gorgeous last night. Which we have late nights around here where my husband's a coon hunter and he's getting his dogs ready for fall. He's gone most evenings. Until, you know, not all night, but he is gone a few hours every night. And so where he's gone a few hours every night, it's usually late when we get settled in. Which we don't stay up usually. Sometimes we stay up to wait on him. But most nights we don't. That one had something in it. I'm gonna throw that out. Okay, so look at this guy. It's a wonky looking feller. Almost looks like a butterfly. Don't y'all think it looks like a butterfly? I don't know how I'm gonna cut this up though to prepare it. It's got a spider web right there. So I need to get that out. I don't know what to do with it. It's going in the scrap because I don't know what to do with it. Love those interesting ones. Yeah. They're pretty neat, although I just don't know what to do with it, so I'm just gonna feed it to the chickens instead. I need to pour some more peppers in here and wash them. I also need to make some more pepper jelly, so some of these I'm gonna, oh! I thought I busted it. Some of these I'm gonna put back for some more pepper jelly. And I'm gonna take some peppers to a few, look at that. Ain't that just, that is just beautiful. That's perfection right there. Look how beautiful. You can't get peppers like that in the grocery store. You can't. That one's kind of neat looking. It's got its own little thing going on. It probably got stuck in between the limbs. This one's still got its, oh! Still got its leaves. Yeah, you were thinking the same thing I was. Better than them stupid grocery store peppers. Listen, peppers, if anybody is like just wanting to have a garden, peppers are literally the easiest thing to grow ever. And like they produce so much. Like I have peppers, gallon bags, multiple gallon bags of peppers in my freezer from last year. Like, there's another spider, a little jumping spider. Come out of another pepper. Oh, they're so cute. Does anybody else think jumping spiders are cute? This food is supposed to look different like people. The grocery store is fake. Absolutely. Absolutely. And to me, this pepper, oh, I love the smell of pepper. Hey, Eric, how are you? I could smell that all day long and not even grow tired of it. I ain't even joking. I could smell it all day. There's nothing that smells like a homegrown pepper. Not a thing that smells like a homegrown pepper. And you ain't never gonna find nothing in the grocery store that smells that good. I got water all over my nose. Howdy. Let me see. I hate all spiders. I'll keep my bees, thank you. But jumpers are cute. Spiders don't bother me. When like people are freaking out, like there's a spider around and people are freaking out, I'm usually like, okay, I'll grab it. I'll take it outside. It's okay. Because they don't bother me at all. Insects in general don't bother me. I will tell you a spider that I don't like very much, and that is a wolf spider. And it's mostly because they stare into your soul. A wolf spider, I believe, is of the devil. I don't like those. But, I mean, if I needed to, I would grab a wolf spider and, you know, take it outside or whatever. I've never seen I've never been around a tarantula. I don't know how I would react to a tarantula. They would scare me, but in general, spiders don't bother me. Insects in general don't bother me. As far as like being scared of them. I know a lot of people that are like scared of ladybugs and stink bugs, and I'm not scared of any of that. That's probably why my husband married me, because he don't like wimps. He's not big on spiders though, but he's not scared of them either. Usually if there's one in the house though, I'm the one that's grabbing them. Let me see. Oh, stepped on a tarantula. I don't like coming up on stuff like that. Like I'm not a fan of snakes. I'd rather know that there's a snake in my vicinity though than to not know it's there and like step on it or something. I've stepped on snakes before and it's scary. It's scary to step on a snake, especially if you don't know, like, what kind of snake it is. Like, a garter snake's one thing, but if you're stepping on, see, in our area, we have, like, venomous snakes, like copperheads, timber rattlers, like rattlesnakes, and copperheads, and water moccasins, and stuff like that. Like, we have those here. And so, since we have those here, it is common to come up on snakes. It's not as common to see rattlesnakes. We see a lot of garter snakes and stuff like that, rat snakes. But I mean, I've seen quite a few copperheads and rattlesnakes in my day. So we do have to be careful about that. What was the temperature where you all were at? Because it was 70 degrees was the high today. This evening around, I don't know, around 4 or 5 o'clock, it was 66 degrees. It was so nice. I was thinking, hallelujah, fall is coming. I was not sad at all. It was really, really nice. The other night, my husband went hunting. And he went hunting on the Licking River, and it got down to 54 degrees down there. So, it's getting cooler. I'd burn my house down if there was a snake in my house. Let me see. My parents vacationing by you this week at the lake. By me? Gonna be a nice weekend. 66 high today, going to be 47 tonight. Feels like fall here, like 50s early in. Oh, bye, Eric. That makes more sense because you all are like closer together, ain't you? I was thinking, what are they coming all the way down here for? Which there is some good places to vacation in the Appalachia. I ain't gonna knock it. Yeah. Yeah, he's up in the north. He's a northerner. That probably sounded really mean, and if people didn't know me any better, they would think that I was making fun of you, Eric. You know better, though, don't you, bud? Oh, let me see. I've done went through those peppers. I'm going to have to wash some more peppers. So what have you all been up to? I kind of know what Mike has been up to. What have you been up to, Eric? I haven't talked to you in I don't know how long. I know y'all sold your house, right? You told me that. So has it been pretty chill since then? We have had a lot going on. And I don't know, I've been kind of like in a funk without giving too much information. I've just kind of been in a funk, and I haven't been putting out videos, and I just really haven't had the time or just like the mental capacity. Like I've talked about in videos in the past, I think even last fall, about like putting too much on your plate and like getting burned out. And I'm not even gonna lie, guys. There was like a couple times this week that I was like, what if I just sell all the animals? Like, what if I just, like, sell everything and become like a hermit and just not do anything? I know it sounds awful, too. It's like, it's horrible. But, like, sometimes you just, like, you just get done. And it's not, like, it's literally not the farm that's the problem. It's mostly just like I'm not in a good mental space. Like I'm not in a good mental space. And like I've just had a lot going on. Like I've had family members in and out of the hospital. My grandmother's in bad shape. My mother's in bad shape. If you missed the beginning of the video, my mom got in a terrible accident last week. She was in the hospital for a time, and we thought she was even gonna like lose her leg. she's gonna have to have emergency surgery, and so it's just like, it's been a lot on my plate, and just a lot emotionally, and so because of that, like, everything else has been put back, on the back burner, and because of that, since I've put it on the back burner for so long, like, I'm just not motivated to do it anymore. And I know that sounds awful, but like, I know I'm not the only one that gets in funks like this. Like, I know I'm not the only one that's like, just has a hard time sometimes, and that's why I'm telling you all this, I guess, because I don't want people to think that I'm like just MIA, but I also like want people to know that I'm human. Like, I get in funk sometimes, and sometimes it's just not fun, and sometimes I just don't want to do it. Like, there's just times that I don't want to do it. And I've talked about that on my YouTube channel before, like things getting really overwhelming. And like tonight, like I'm up cutting peppers tonight. I'm going to be at a few hours, probably processing these peppers and doing different things with them. I hardly get any sleep, and I'm just like running on E majority of the time. And then on top of running on E a majority of the time, I have a lot of things that are just continuing to be put on my plate and continuing to just suck for me emotionally and just being really hard for me to process. I've had within the last couple years, I've had my grandparents. I've had my grandparents. I've even had some great grandparents, and I love them, and I don't want to lose them. But just within the last couple years, my grandfather passed away. Then on my mom's side, my grandfather passed away, and then my grandma got cancer, and she's fighting cancer right now. And then my other grandma on my dad's side is in the hospital, and she's having to have multiple heart surgeries, and she's having issues. And then like, it's just like it's been a downward spiral this entire summer. It's like one of those things that's just like one thing after another. I talked about it on a video. And I was talking about the garden today. I was talking about this, like, like sometimes you walk through life and you're just walking through life, and then every once in a while you'll hit like a bump, and you'll be like, oh, okay, well, this is a bump. We're going to get through it. But then, like, when the entire summer has been like climbing a mountain, it gets really hard. It's not just the bumps, it's, the mountain that you got to climb. And then it's like you get halfway through the mountain, and then the mountain gets even taller. And so that's what it's been. And so I haven't been able to make videos. I haven't had the energy to make videos. I haven't had the time. I haven't had the mental capacity to even think of things to put on videos. And so, like, I just want to let you all know that's why. Like, I'm struggling. I'm a person. I struggle. I go through things just like you all go through things. But right now I have a lot of things going on. And so I just, even if I have the time, even if I finally sit down, when I sit down, YouTube is not what I want to do. YouTube is, and I know that sounds bad. I know I'm sounding like a whiny baby, and I'm sorry, but I just wanted to let you all know. Okay, let me see. Non-eventful other than getting attacked by... Oh my gosh. I've never... What's a... White hornets? Let me see. Hi, Ark. How are you? Thank you. I appreciate it, Mike. Mama, she's crazy, JK. Excuse me, can you do me a favor and... No, I cannot do that for you. So, that's weird. That's a weird request. But, so I just wanted to let you all know that. Everybody's gone now, so I've run y'all off. But that's okay. YouTube is a lot, and burnout is real. I'm like 8 years of making videos inconsistently and still not monetized, but I'm chugging along. Yeah. And that's another thing. I was talking to my mother-in-law the other day, and it makes it harder to make videos when you're not monetized. And people that like have been doing this for a while kind of understand. And I've not been doing it 8 years. Like, I've not been doing it 8 years. But I got so close to my monetization goal last year for it to just start all over. So I've only been doing it for a year, but when I got to my year, it was almost like a smack in the face that I didn't make it. And what makes it even worse is like it was a smack in the face that I didn't make it on top of YouTube taking my hours. They have taken my hours by the hundreds. By the hundreds. And so when you're like putting everything in it and you're there for a while, I was posting a video every single day. I was doing a video every single day, posting a short morning, noon, and night. And because of that, I seen progression, but it wasn't enough to get me monetized. And then when it wasn't enough to get me monetized, it just kind of, look, that looks like a flower. It's like a perfect flower. When it wasn't enough to get me monetized, it was just hard for me to like be motivated to do videos every single day. And especially when it takes a lot of mental capacity to do it. And when you videoed so much, then I was like, well, people don't like what I'm putting out, so like, what do I need to do differently? And then when I thought about what I needed to do differently, I was like, well, maybe it's just because people don't like me. Maybe it's just because I'm not that interesting. Because when you start YouTube, at least for me, I was like, well, you know, like we're living a little bit differently than most people. And so people might find this interesting. People, you know, might like our channel. They might like us. They, you know, hopefully we can help people. And then, you know, when we got there and we got close, but it wasn't close enough, I was like, well, do people like me? Do people not like our channel? Do people not want to see what we're talking about? And then you go down that rabbit hole and you think, well, then why do I need to make videos? Or maybe I need to make something different than what I've been making. But then you're like, well, what do I make different than what I've been making? Because, you know, I've put all this effort into, you know, doing this. And so I don't mean to sound like a complainer. That's just what goes through people's minds, or at least that's what went through mine. You know, am I as interesting as I thought I was? Are people actually interested in us? You know, a lot of channels, like, people invest, they invest themselves into people, and I'm not here to win a popularity contest. I don't need people to invest in my life. But on the other hand, like, are you relevant if people don't? And I honestly don't think that I'm, like, I don't think I'm not an extremely interesting person. I'm very plain. We're very backwards people. We're very common. You know, we're mountain people. We're poor people. You know, we're not anything fancy. And I don't really have anything fancy to offer anybody. I just have, like, basic living, basic life. I'm a basic person that, you know, is just trying to, like, live the best I can in this life without, you know, completely falling apart. And I started these videos because I wanted to help people. I wanted people to learn more about Appalachia. I honestly, when I started out, my intention was to show people what it's like to live in Appalachia. We are very basic Appalachian people. Very basic. We're common in Appalachia. We're not really much different than what most people live in Appalachia. And that was kind of a good thing to me. That we weren't really doing anything extraordinary. That we were just common people doing common things. And I liked that about us, and I still like that about us, and I'm not going to change us to, you know, like fit YouTube. But I wanted people to know more about our ways and our home and our culture and our traditions. And we're very traditional people. We're very traditionally driven. I mean, my husband's out coon hunting right now. It doesn't really get much traditional than passing. He's out coon hunting with my daughter right now. It doesn't get much traditional than passing just hunting in general down, but coon hunting, or just our religious background and how we believe and the type of people we are and the things that we do and the way we grow food. That we're very traditional. We're very Appalachian in that way, and I thought that people would be interested in seeing that. And there has been a lot of people interested in seeing that, I guess. But I thought it'd be enough. But then sometimes you're like, is it enough? I don't know. Let me see what everybody's commented here. Let me see. Ark, we are making bell peppers. I'm cutting them up to flash freeze them and to freeze them and put them in a... I plan on air frying, or not air frying, dehydrating some as well. Oh, I hate that, Eric. Sorry. How many hours do you need to get up to? I'm currently up to... I think I've got 2,000 more to go. I'm thinking I'm at like 2,330 or 2,230. But yeah, it's 2,230. But they keep bringing me back down. So I've been all the way up to 2,350 and 60. But then here recently they've been taking it down. Like one day I'll have 2,358, and then the next day I'll check it and it'll be like 2,300 or 2,200 and 10 or 14. I don't know what's going on with that. John, I'm cutting bell peppers. I'm not cooking anything at the moment. I'm cutting bell peppers to flash freeze to put in the freezer. I'm enjoying teaching people and inspiring people. If I can inspire one person a day, it's worth sharing my life. That's a good way to think about it. It takes time and going to other channels, sweet people. I'm technically part of Appalachia too. Trail runs through my town. That's pretty neat. I'm going to start doing any YouTube stuff. I'm not going to start doing any YouTube stuff until we get down south and settle. But even then, I don't know. I'm not exciting either, Eric. Yeah, it's the past 365 days of watch time. So 1 year ago, today you need to make more watch time for today for it to go up. Yeah, it's going up, but then it's going back down, just like constantly. And before I hit my 360 days, right before I hit my 360 days, they took me down like 300. It was like just, and I know people were watching my videos because I had friends and stuff that were like watching my videos constantly. Like they were running their TV on me and was like trying to help me boost my channel. And it was just, I don't know. And I've checked like my real time watch hours or whatever, and since I've hit my 360, I have gotten 2,000 watch hours since January. So sometimes YouTube audits the type of stuff as bots. Yeah, I figured it was something like that, which is really aggravating. Okay, so I've got this bowl here. I've done filled this bowl up with halves of bell peppers. So I'm going to pull out, I've got a plastic tray. I usually lay them down. I'm probably going to need 2 trays. But I usually lay them down flat. And then I just put them in the freezer and flash freeze them. And then flash freeze them. And then we put them in freezer bags. Sometimes, last year, I froze my jalapenos whole. I cut the tops of them off and then just froze them whole. That way, if I wanted to make some, like, jalapeno poppers or something, that I could put them in there. I do have jalapenos and habaneros that I need to freeze as well. And according to Mike, I definitely don't want to dehydrate those inside the house. Just daily streams. I'm going to start a new channel called That would be a good idea because you do the the milkman. Shirtless milking my goats. Not that I can afford it, but I wanted to get back into the overlanding scene and do that kind of stuff maybe at some point in camping. Show your feet while you're milking the goats. Yeah. Show your feet. You know how I found you, Mike? I don't know if I ever told you. I found you through, it was an old video, really old. It was like you were packing or unpacking a backpack or a bag for like camping or something like that. It was like, I can't remember exactly. But that's how I found you. Was your, so many screenshots. Maybe that's what it was. That's an oldie. Yeah, it was really old. It was really old. It like the, like it was like, it was old. That's how I found you though. Okay. So I got one tray. I need to put it in the freezer. I've got a bag started in there. I've got a half a bag. Back when I was cool, I had back when I was cool with a rooftop tent all decked out. I traveled a lot with it. I miss it. Were you married then? You wasn't married then, right? Because getting married and having kids makes you not cool anymore, is what I've found. I've not heard of a roof tent. So that makes me never cool, right? Does that make it where I was never cool? I got pregnant young though, so I lost my cool very quickly. I was a youngin'. Our second one is coming soon. I'm cool in my book, LOL, but that's my jokes. Well, as long as you think you're cool, then that's fine. Because your opinion is the only one that matters, right? I know I'm not cool. I'm fully aware that I am not. I haven't been for a long time. Haven't been cool for a long time. Couldn't tell you what the latest song was on I couldn't tell you what's the coolest thing playing on the radio right now. Couldn't tell you the latest whatever on TV. I don't even have one. The only time our radio runs is when there's a storm coming, or when our local Tradio is on, which is where you like trade stuff on the radio. They call it Tradio. It's like they say buy, swap, sell, and trade on the radio. That's the only time the radio is on, or when it plays bluegrass gospel music on Sunday night. It's the only time my radio's on. Like I said, I don't have a TV, so I couldn't tell you what the latest TV show is. I am way out of the loop. And on top of that, I wear dresses and skirts every single day. By the way, people watched our hunting video, our coon hunting video, and they were so shocked that well, I wasn't in the video, so you couldn't hardly see me besides just my face. But they were so shocked that Lakin was wearing a dress to hunt with. They were like, I've got so many comments on that video, like, Never seen anybody hunting a dress. Never seen anybody do that, but she doesn't know any different. That's what she's worn her entire life. She has no clue any different. So hunting, farm work, in the garden, we've always got dresses and skirts on. But yeah, I'm far from like the latest whatever. Back the last time I wore jeans or pants or anything that was in style was back when skinny jeans were in style. Are skinny jeans even still in style? I don't even think they are anymore. Actually, probably the last pair of pants I ever wore were leggings. Back when leggings were in style. They're not in style anymore, are they? No. And it was like those sheer button-up shirts. You'd wear like a tank top under. That's it. You said they are, men wear them now. I don't know any of that. I don't know any of that. Any of those things. I wasn't, but when Amanda and I started dating, she would go with me camping. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, that sounds really fun. That sounds fun. That sounds like a perfect date to me. Oh, no, not 2 years since you've camped. Not sure if you've seen my dad joke during live, but I didn't see it. We are outstanding in our field. Oh my gosh. Men wear them now. Thank you, Ark. Thank you. I appreciate it. My husband probably would not say the same thing. He would probably say she is mean as a rattlesnake. But I appreciate calling me sweet. I appreciate that. I'm going to put these in the freezer. It took a hot minute because I had to make room. Well, I've got a half a bag of bell peppers. I need to take some to my sister. That one's got a bad spot on it. I gotta take some to my sister, and then I want to dehydrate some. So I'm gonna leave those, put them in the fridge and let them sit a while. What animal keeps the best time? A watchdog. Are you making fun of me? Listen, I about died the other day. I probably shouldn't even be telling this joke. It was horrible, but it was really funny. So we were in the car, and my husband stopped at the gas station, and he got, I don't know, some kind of pop. And we have the puppy in the car, the new hound dog. And so we've got a dog box in the back, but she's little, and I spoil her. She's asleep on the couch right now. I spoil her, and so she was in the I'm going to try to hold it together while I'm saying this. So she was in the car, and my husband... So my husband had his pop sitting, like in the seat. Like, I think it was beside him, like, stuck in between the two. We drive a truck. So we've got a truck. All three seats are up front. Okay, so Lakin's in the middle. I'm on the passenger side. He's on the driver's side. We're all sitting in the truck. The puppy climbs out of his lap and into Lakin's lap, and his pop bottle is sitting right there, and she runs her entire butt, that part, across the top of his bottle, and he said she just stuck her butt. She just stuck her butt on the top of my bottle. And when he said that, it literally took all of my air. Like, y'all know how I laugh. Like, it is dramatic. Like, I can't... I could not hold it together. And so when he said it... when he said it, it took my air. For like a whole 5 minutes. Like I could not breathe. And I was like gasping and trying to get air and it, like nothing would come out. Nothing could come out. I didn't even see it. But all I could picture was her little butt. Just running across the top of that bottle and then him taking a drink of it. Him taking a drink of it and her butt being on that bottle. I about fell out. I about didn't make it. I couldn't even like breathe. I couldn't even breathe, no. He didn't, I don't think. I don't think he did. I don't know. I hope not. I hope to God not. I hope he did not. But I couldn't hold it together when he said it. I about died. I about fell out the car. I about fell out. I couldn't. I couldn't hold it together. It was so funny though. It was so funny. I loved your cow joke. I did see it. I just was talking. Have you heard my why do cows wear bells joke? Because their horns don't work. And what's the other one? Oh. Did you know we have 3 knees? 3 knees. Did you know we have 3 knees? A left knee, a right knee, and a kidney. Oh, that one's a good dad joke. You'll have to keep that. You have to put that in your pocket and keep it. And then the chicken joke. So what's the chicken joke? Let me see if I can remember it. Why are chickens so funny? Because. Oh, I've got a funny story about that joke. So I told my daughter the joke, right? We're driving down the road. We're heading to the farm, actually. We're going down the road. And me and my husband are sitting having a really serious conversation. Like, we're real serious. And she's just sitting quiet. And like I said, we're in the truck. And so she's sitting quiet. She's sitting in the middle. She's not even saying anything. But she must have been thinking something. Because then all of a sudden, she just interrupts us, looks at her daddy like this and says, "Daddy." And he says, "What, honey?" And she says, "Why are chickens so funny?" And before he could even get out, I don't know why, she said, "Because." And it was perfect. It was so cute. It completely broke the seriousness of the conversation. What is it, baby? You need to go out. No, you don't. He's wanting all the attention on him. Well, guys, I guess I'm going to get off here because we've been on here 53 minutes and 25 to 30, 38, 30, 39 seconds. That's what it says. So, it's late. I'm going to let y'all get to bed. But I appreciate everybody that popped on. Thank you, Eric. Thank you for popping on. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Ark. I appreciate it so much. I appreciate the support, guys. And hopefully I can make it through these peppers tonight. Y'all have a good night, too. And Lord's will, we'll talk to you on the flip side. See you guys. Y'all have a wonderful night. I appreciate it so much, guys. Thank you all. Bye-bye. Bye-bye-bye. That was horrible and off key, but anyways, little NSYNC for you all.